Right, well, taxi protests have spread across the Eastern Cape this week over unpaid COVID-19 relief funding. The mayor of the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality wants the army deployed now. Well, Ronald Masinda is in Gqeberha, and let's find out from him what's happening with that gathering. Ronald, good morning. We understand that gathering is supposed to happen any time now. What's happening there at the moment?
Yes, gathering is expected to start at 10. Was supposed to start at 10 actually, Gqeberha, but we are seeing quite a number of taxi operators and taxi owners starting to gather. Where we were in the northern area of Gqeberha, we saw at least 100 of taxi drivers and owners who were also on a convoy leading up to here. But what they are actually doing here is they are expected to hear from the taxi associations who attended last night's meeting at the Feather Market Hall here in Gqeberha. They were addressed by the mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay municipality, and what came out of the talks was that the mayor just wanted to be the mediator into the issue that they've been grappling with regards to the government COVID-19 relief funding. Many taxi operators here say that they are up in arms. They feel that they've been robbed of their funding. They've been struggling, according to them, for the past year since a number of the taxi industry has been struggling with regards to the capacity of taxis during the COVID-19 pandemic. And they say that, it's high time that they receive the funding. The mayor going on to say that around 6.5 million rand is what they are disputing, money that should have been distributed to the taxi industry. The associations have been keeping mum at the moment, but we are expecting them to perhaps also shed some light into some of the interaction that they had with the mayor yesterday. That meeting was a closed one for the media, but today we are expecting at least to hear from the taxi associations. There are at least 11 taxi associations that are running proceedings here. 500 plus taxi drivers and owners are part of the protest action, and the protest action has really escalated since it started on Tuesday this week. The mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay municipality saying that enough is enough. The army needs to be deployed here, and not only that, he also wants to see more reinforcement from the police. The police have been criticized during the protest, many saying that they are not doing enough to protect the public. We've seen quite a number of ugly scenes where a number of trucks have been stopped along the way. There have been reports of looting, people who are have nothing to do with the strike actually being under attack, and many saying that this is not necessarily a protest, but also there are elements of criminality. We also reported on the 8 buses that were torched at the Algoa bus depot in Motherwell, and many have also linked that particular incident to this actual protest. This is what the mayor had to say last night when we spoke to him with regards to some of the things, the engagements that he had with the taxi industry.
I wish the president is listening to me and giving an instruction for the army to descend to Nelson Mandela and protect our people. The call is for him to come and protect our people, to protect the residents.
So let's just get some clarity then, Ronald, on this issue. I mean, their issue or complaints about unpaid COVID relief funding is not with government. It is with their taxi associations. Is that correct? And what do they allege? Are they saying that these associations have taken the money and not distributed it to the drivers after getting it?
So according to some of the taxi operators and owners, they are saying that they've actually approached the Labour Department, and what came out of those meetings with the Labour Department is that the Labour Department has told them that they actually did receive funding, and that their names and ID numbers are with the Labour Department, and that was proof that the Labour Department did give them funding. But the funding goes through the associations. Now, the taxi owners and operators are saying that it is the associations who didn't release the funding to them directly. And we are talking about at least a lot of money here, Gqeberha. As one taxi driver says that he was expecting at least around 5,000 rand from that money which could have made a lot of difference in his life. And they are saying that they are prepared to even lose income this week in order to get their message across. And their message is simple, that they do want that money, and that unless this matter is not resolved, they will continue with the protest. But what we have seen is just the devastating impact that this strike has had on a lot of people here in Gqeberha. Many of them rely a lot on minibus taxi as a form of transport. We do know that there's quite a limited amount of rail service offered here, and also there's not a lot of bus companies that cater for people here in Gqeberha. And the taxi industry is an affordable and reliable means of transport. Many people rely on it quite heavily. And what we have seen is that a lot of people since the strike have also feared taking other forms of transport, fearing that they might also be caught in some of the crossfire. We've heard reports of actual shootings. We've also got video to that extent of a shooting incident that took part in an area where we were the last hour in the northern area, where there was a shooting incident that took place there yesterday at a mall. We saw mothers and children running scared, Gqeberha, when those gunshots rang. So we're all getting a lot of information in around some of the violent clashes that took place. Us ourselves, we also witnessed quite a number of trucks and people driving trucks and people driving business vehicles being turned away from the township. And should they enter the township areas, they also face the threat of being attacked. So many people are still scared. A lot of people choosing rather to stay home for the entire week. And quite sadly, for a lot of people who go and work, they rely on, they only get paid when they are at work. So if it's a case of no pay, no work, no pay for many of them. So this is really affecting a lot of households. We do know that the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality, since they are mediating, they're also saying that services have come to a screeching halt. They cannot provide a service delivery for many households here in Gqeberha. We know that some of the issues are with the sewage pipes that have burst, and they can't provide for that, and also electrical faults. But what we also do know, Gqeberha, is that this strike, according to the mayor, it's now escalating to beyond the amount, almost 3 times more the amount that the taxi protesters are demanding, the 6.5. So the concern is that it has to stop sooner rather than later. Otherwise, it's going to collapse a lot of businesses and a lot of people who are depending on jobs here. And the mayor went on to say yesterday that, the unemployment is already an issue here. Around 42% of people are unemployed in Gqeberha. So this can only make matters worse.
All right, Ronald Masinda, thanks very much for that. He'll watch that story for us, that gathering there in Gqeberha.